But you would like to be a cult leader.
I did at the time want to be a cult leader. I find that being a TV pundit is much more powerful, and you have to be less reliable.
But would being president be, in your mind, a cult leader?
I don't want to be president. I want to run for president. There's a difference. I'm running in South Carolina.
You'd like to lose?
I'd like to lose twice. I'd like to lose both a Republican and a Democrat.
And what statement would that make?
I think that statement would make that I was able to get on the ballot in South Carolina. And if I can do it, so can you.
In your office in New York City, you have a large...
You've been in my office.
A large poster of a president, don't you?
Richard Nixon.
Yes, indeed.
1972. Now more than ever.
Now, let me show you and our viewers what you said about that. And here's something Colbert-ophiles might not know or might not want to know. He loves Richard Nixon. He has a 1972 Nixon campaign poster on the wall of his office. He points at it and says, he was so liberal. Look what he was running on. He started the EPA. He gave 18-year-olds the vote. His issues were education, drugs, women, minorities, youth involvement, ending the draft, improving the environment. John Kerry couldn't have run on this. What I would give for a Nixon.
It'd be great. It'd be great.
You love Richard Nixon?
I have great warm feelings of Richard Nixon. He was the first president that I was aware of. And I was a little upset with him because when I would come home in the afternoons from school, instead of the Munsters or the Three Stooges on TV, it was Senator Sam Ervin. And while his eyebrows were hilarious, they weren't quite as good as Herman Munster.
Would you be Nixonian in your approach to the presidency?
I'd be Nixon-ish. Or Nixon-oid. Is that like being Nixonian? Define Nixonian. Powerful? Paranoid? Fun-loving and gay? Absolutely.
Is this a self-analysis?
No, I don't put myself on the couch.
But you are Nixonian.
If you say so.
Well, you just did.
Again, if you say so, I don't even listen to what I say.
But Richard Nixon had a very difficult relationship with the media, as you well know.
I have a very difficult relationship with the media.
That's my point.
Because I'm a member of the media, and I don't trust us.
You don't have Nixon to kick around anymore. You remember that?
I do.
And I remember the White House Correspondents Dinner, April of 2006.
I blacked out for most of that, but go ahead.
Stephen Colbert at the presidential podium, the seal in front of him. And this is what he said to the Washington press corps. Let's watch.
Write that novel you got kicking around in your head. You know, the one about the intrepid Washington reporter with the courage to stand up to the administration? You know, fiction.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
And why did you say that?
God, I just have so much respect for the way the press supported the goals of the administration for the first 4 years. And I was just so distressed that at any point they started standing up to the administration, asking questions, and I just didn't understand why they couldn't go back to the good old days of 2001 to mid-2004.
Which did you prefer?
I preferred when they didn't ask any questions at all. I mean, it was easier for the president to get things done, and that's what he's there for.
What do you watch yourself as a person preparing to run for the presidency?
I watch my show to get a pulse for the nation. I have to watch Jon Stewart's show because he tosses to me at the end of his show. I like Grey's Anatomy. That's a pretty good show. I like Conan O'Brien.
These men you're describing, aren't they liberal?
I would say John has had some misguided statements. I don't think Conan's liberal. I don't think Conan's taking any political statements.
If you are trounced in South Carolina,
all right, here's the attack. Go ahead, yeah.
Simple question.
Yeah, I'm trounced.
What happens then?
Well, it's proportional voting on the Democratic side. All I need is enough votes on the Democratic side to get one delegate, and I'll feel like I've won. Because if at the Democratic National Convention somebody has to stand up and say the proud state of South Carolina, the Palmetto State, the home of the greatest peaches and shrimp in the world, cast one vote for a native son, Stephen Colbert, I'd say I won.
So you will not allow that Democratic convention to acclaim their nominee? There will be no unanimous acclamation?
No.
You're going to stop that?
Listen, why else run as a favorite son if you're not going to broker a convention? And if I get a delegate, it will be a brokered convention. Unless they offer me to speak there, then maybe I would turn over my delegate.
Bob, we want to thank you for joining us and sharing your views.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor.
It's going to be an interesting campaign to cover.
Thank you very much. Am I allowed to ask people for money on your show?
Do you have an 800 number you want us to give out?
I have a website.
I'm not going to do that.
No?
But I am going to ask you to be safe on the campaign trail.
Thank you very much.
And you can read an excerpt of Mr. Colbert's new book or campaign manifesto, I Am America, and so can you, on our website.